Hello, and it's another episode of The Athlete's Voice, the only show in Uganda where the athlete is given maximum attention. The only show that athletes, our Ugandan athletes, feel at home. We come here, we have a chat, we talk, and we get to hear a lot from them. We get to know about the experiences, and they're able to inspire many other upcoming athletes and many other people in the country. Many people don't know so much about the athletes. Many people don't know a lot that goes on in the life of an athlete, and this is the only show that brings us these athletes. But before we go into the show, let us have a sneak peek into what this athlete does out there.
Let's hope that this produces one of the fastest times witnessed in Kenyan soil in 2022. There we go. Second man, 100 meters. Watch out in lane number 6. It is 10.21. Wow. Did I predict that or what? The fastest time this season, 10.21. Oh my, the Ugandan flew.
Well, thank you very much. With us in studio today, we have a man who has several names. He will clarify, but he's officially called Benson Okot. He calls himself Abena. I don't know whether, what Abena means. And of course, our usual suspects, the lady from T-Back, who is one of the panelists we have here. Thank you very much, Mildred Gamba. That is how they pronounce her name in her local language. You're welcome, lady and gentlemen.
Thank you. And maybe just to add, Athlete's Voice helps us to document. So when you become a judge or a granny, and you're telling your grandchildren how you used to run in Kenya and how you used to dominate, then they can always refer to those videos. Unfortunately, some of us, we run in an era where this wasn't there, and I think next time I need to come and sit in the middle seat also to document my story.
Yes.
To share my journeys to inspire others. So this is really something I am excited about. This is only our second episode, but I feel it's a voice our athletes have been lacking. And most times, like, athletes get opportunities and they ask them about their stories or where can we find your profile, and it's not there. So Athlete's Voice is going to be the place to find that.
So, Abena.
Yes, first.
You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm doing well. Yeah.
You are not going to the Tokyo Olympics?
Unfortunately.
How does that make you feel?
It's, it's not a good feeling. Not almost everyone wouldn't feel well missing out on the Olympics. It's something that we're given our best. We gave our all time, we planned for it, and yeah, like they always say, there are some good days in office and some bad days in office, so that doesn't get us out of the focus for being determined for other things ahead. Yeah.
You were so close to making it. What do you think you could have done better to finally get you in there?
Well, I think me and my coach, we did the very best to put us in the Olympic team. It's unfortunate that some of the things we couldn't control them, things to do with injuries. You can control them, you can be so careful with it, but you never know how it comes in. Yeah, so those are the things that put us down, and yeah, it let us out of the Olympics. Yeah.
I think also, maybe to add from experience, the human body can take so much. And if you follow, there's a gradual process that the body goes through. So the start of this season, Okot had 10.63 as his PB in 100 meters and a 20.9 in 200 meters. So to make the Olympics, he needed to run 20:28, yeah, and a 10:05. That, okay, to a layman, that looks like, oh, just a couple of seconds. But in sprinting times, he dropped his PB from 10:06. He came and did a 10:04. He first did a 10:05, then he did a 10:04. And then in Nairobi, he did a 10:03, which would have been the national record then, except it was wind aided. So if I look at the body and experience, the body have done enough for this year, and it wouldn't drop any further. It might, but sometimes that's what happens. But if he continues this consistency, then next year the body will easily drop much further. Of course, it's disappointing, but you know, we learn from it.
For those that did not watch, I think let us play the race. Let us play those races, the clips from Nairobi, where the sprinters from Uganda actually went and tried to, it was like one last hope they had to try and make it to the Tokyo Olympics. But unfortunately, it did not happen. But to the best of my knowledge, I think Uganda as a country were very proud because they kept the flag high. They did their best. We had the women. Jacent Nyamahonge was untouchable. She literally beat the field in the 100 and 200 meters.
And even the commentators, they kept talking about like how the Ugandans were dominating.
Yes.
3 Ugandans in the finals for the 100 meters, and unfortunately Tassis had to pull out. And I'm pretty sure we'll host him after the World U20.
So
and then the 200, we had 2 finalists.
2 finalists,
you know,
and then the 400 meters.
In the 400 meters, we had 2.
We had 2. So basically, they didn't make it to the Olympics, but they did Uganda very proud. And for me, it's one step at a time. And I know that in a nick of time, they'll get there. Benson,
Yes.
you know you are the star of the show. We shouldn't be doing most of the talking. So, what do we expect from Benson next?
Well, what you should expect from, I prefer using Abena or Proudlo.
Abena. Okay, Proudlo.
You know what BB means?
They're called BB. B and B. I shall tell you off camera.
So, what you should expect from Benson or Proudlo is that the effort I put in from off-season last year till this date, I look forward to putting in more effort. And next year, next year we have World Championships and Commonwealth Games.
And I think Africa Senior might
also be held next year. Yes. First and foremost, my eyes are on World Championships, Oregon. Yeah, and I've been communicating with my coach. We look forward to making the team for World Championships. That's the biggest event, and then Commonwealth Games. Yeah.
Sounds like you have a buffet of activities lined up next year. Hopefully, we will not have the COVID challenge anymore. If all goes well, we should be able to have our season free, and we should have Nambole available to the athletes.
True.
How has this really affected you, the unavailability of Nambole?
I think Nambole didn't affect me so much. Reason being, when the first lockdown was happening, I was already in Kenya. It's unfortunate that from Kenya, the first 2 months, all stadiums were closed. So my coach had to use Plan B. So that's when we started using, there's an airstrip in Kenya. So we started using the airstrip as we're praying that they reopen up stadiums. So from there, when they reopened stadiums, that's when we started now building in, getting to the race phase. It's unfortunate we didn't have races that year. So you can see how challenging it was. So it gave our coaches also a challenge. You don't know when, if there will be races, won't be races. So there was a confusion on how to train an athlete. Yeah. So that's the only challenge that came in, that you don't know how to train. You might go into off-season training, then they bring in a race. You may train, you sharpen up the body, no race, you've burned up the body. So it was challenging.
I think for me, what I'd ask is, you face two challenges. One, you're in a foreign country, and then there's a lockdown. What made you get through it? Because some people would give up and come back. So what is that one thing that pushed you and made you to get through it regardless of the challenges of being in a foreign country, a lockdown away from your family, and there is COVID, you're not sure if you're safe or not, but then also there's a target, like you want to qualify for the Olympics, but somehow your training is affected. What made you get through those challenges?
Well, to start with, when we had just arrived in Nairobi, we arrived on Sunday, and that very week on Thursday, there was a lockdown in Kenya. They closed down all borders. So, well, at the first week we were okay with it. We thought maybe this is just a 1 or 2 weeks thing. They reopened. After the first lockdown, they added more days, so it became something serious now. So it started hitting us deep in the head. So okay, we had come on a very low budget, 1 month. So if we happen to go beyond 1 month, how are we going to survive? So you can see how now the kind of stress we started getting. So after that, we had to sit down and refigure out how to go through this. But it was challenging mentally, because you need to be strong. You're out of the country. That kind of a situation where there's limited movement, you can't access your country, all that thing. So now we sat down with my colleague Adome Pius, and we had to write down a few things. So we're here to perform. Are we accessing the training? Yes. Are we safe? We need to keep safe.
Yes.
We need to follow rules.
Yes.
We don't have to fall on the wrong side because we're in a foreign country. So after putting all that, they were like, yes, for you to perform, for you to succeed, you need to come out of your comfort zones. We can't be in a country because we are comfortable with it and expect performance. So when we're like, so to succeed, we need to be out of our comfort zones, so we need to push ourselves harder. We know what the target is. The price is high. That means you have to put in more effort. So with this situation, for as long as it gives us time to train, we should bear the situation. So in mind, we locked our minds with achieving the goal. Yeah, no matter the situation.
So your goal got you through the challenges, and it's actually quite good that you also had a training partner who's from the same country, so you had each other as well to fall back on.
Yes.
Not many people always have that, but it's good to see that you managed to adjust and get through it, and that's where you are. I think for me, what I would ask is, who is Abena? Where is the story? Where did it come from?
Right there, the next segment after the break, Abena will tell us who is Abena and where did it all start. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it here, UG Athletics. We are with Okot Benson, aka Abena, a proud Luo.
Welcome back, viewers, from the break. Before the break, we were going to ask Mr. Abena, who is Abena? Where did Abena come from? What was the motivation? What inspired him? And he can just tell us a story, his background, where he came from, and how he's gotten to where he is.
Thank you. Okot Benson, Abena, proud law. I'm actually from Agago district. Currently now Agago North. Having been born from a sports family, my father actually used to do 400.
So you can beat him?
He says he can beat me.
Of course he can.
So I got a chance that I was born from a sports family, sprints. They used to do all sprints. So my big brother, Latigo Kasim, I grew up watching him run. And also my sister, I don't know if you've ever heard of her, Akela Juliet.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, she also studied from the same school in Fort Portal. So I got that chance that I had people to motivate me. So they worked as a role model to me at a young age. I remember when I think I was in primary 3. Yeah, my big brother would ask us to train around, jog around. So that's how I started getting into competition. Yes. So beating my fellow young children, it was a motivation to me. I would feel happy. So the fact that they used to have competitions, secondary competitions. So he would call me so that I joined, I watch him. So watching him race, watching him and my sister compete and excel.
Was he winning at the time?
Yes, he was winning, it was good. So watching them excel communicated something to me that yes, if they can do it, I can do it also as well. So with their help now showing me how it's done, it gave me more love for the sport. So from then I decided to ask him more of what it takes. Then most of my communication was more like, I want to beat you. So it's considered I started creating in competition right from a young age. Like, I want to beat you. I want to beat you when I grow up. So of course he would laugh around because he thought it wasn't at a young age, but it was possible. So finishing high school, I asked him if I would come into Central because in Central you realize they're more into sports. Like there are more people who can nurture you into becoming the person you want compared to other parts of the region. So that's when I joined Mukono High School in 2010. So in 2010 I met Coach Kabuye from Uganda Christian University. He was coaching Uganda Christian. Yes, Timothy Kabuye. So from there, of course, he saw me perform, but then he was like, no, I can't train this boy. I was young.
Yeah.
So he handed me over to some other person called Michael Sally. You know Michael Sally? Yeah. So he asked Michael Sally to first finish up with the introduction part of the training so that then he can handle me. So from there, of which it was in a good way because we had a big team. So getting to someone from basics, so it was so hard. From basics,
you need one-on-one.
Yeah, you need one-on-one. Yes. So Michael Sally helped me on that. He nurtured me from basics, at least now do something, you get. So by the time I reached senior 3, that's when Coach Kawi now came in because I had matured already in the training. So he started training me from there in 2013, till when I finished high school. So finishing high school, 2014 when I was sitting for my Form 6, so when I really got the love for the sport, like, back then I was just doing it for the fun. But then in Form 6, I was like, yes, I can really do this. I can even go to a professional level.
What was that one thing that clicked for you to make you like it?
When I made the team national team to represent Uganda in the East African Games. Yes, so making the East African team was, should I say,
the
turning point to me? Yeah, it was more of a turning point to me. I was like, yes, I think I can really do this.
I want to do this more.
Yes, I was like, I can really do this. So from there, I talked to Coach Kabuye. I was like, Coach, I've decided I want to do this till the professional level. Then like, you're serious? I'm like, yes. That's how Coach Kabuye gave me a scholarship at the university. I thank God for that. Oh. And I've always thanked him every time we talk. Yes. Thanks, Coach Kabuye.
Actually, Coach Kabuye, he also gave Jason Nyamahunga scholarship. There are very many sprinters. Most of the top sprinters in Uganda have gone through Uganda Christian University.
Too bad some of us missed out on scholarships during our time.
Yeah, of course, because some of you were running backwards, but yeah.
Back to your time at secondary school.
Yeah.
So I take it, because I know there are national post-primary athletics championships.
Yeah.
How were you faring in these competitions? And from what class did you start representing your school and to the district level and to the national level?
2010, when I just joined.
That was in senior one?
It's senior 2. I joined in senior 2.
Okay.
Yes. So when I joined in 2010, it was bad news for me.
They should.
You know Abu
They know
Mayanja?
they're welcome.
You know Abu Mayanja?
Yeah.
Could you believe that Abu Mayanja beat me in 100?
Of course.
So that's how worse I was. So
This is at the national level? At the school level?
no, school level.
Okay.
School level. So at the
You
school.
know, at the school level, it's about fitness. It's not about
Yes.
like someone being a sprinter
Yes.
or anything.
Yes.
Because at that age, someone who is fitter than you, even if they're middle distance runner,
They will beat
they
you.
are going to beat you
Yes.
in
Yes.
the 100 meters.
So
Yes.
Abu Mayanja.
So Abu Mayanja is a middle distance athlete. He beat me. So I was like, okay, he does 815. He's beating me. I really have to work hard. So I didn't make the team, but Michael Sally talked to the games teacher. They were like, let's give this boy a chance, because to him he was exposing me. You get exposing me. So through that,
he saw the
yes,
talent.
he saw the abilities. I'm like, no, he's just young, but let's give him the chance. Let him go rest. Let him be beaten. He said that frankly, let him be beaten. Next year you'll see a different face. So from national district levels, I was third. I was taking top 2. So from there, they actually took me for nationals. They took me to nationals. That year it was in Arua. Arua hosted. So from there I ran 400, not 200. I walked.
Backward.
Yeah. So I walked.
400 run for
Yes.
So
you.
people were
Yes,
that way,
yes,
this way.
yes. So anyways, to me, yes, it was challenging, it was embarrassing, and as a young child, you know what happens when you lose. You feel like crying, you feel like giving up. Yes, so but that, to me, it was a lesson to me. I learned that very year when I came back, I told Sally, I want to train. Next year, I want to perform. So from the following year, believe me, it was a different phase. I started winning from school levels, went to district, I won. Nationals was different case, I couldn't win. I stopped in semi-finals. Yes, I stopped in semi-finals. So from that year, 2012 to 2013, yes, I would always win school levels and district levels, but nationals I would stop in semi-finals. Yes, so it was on my last year in high school, 2014. Yes, that's when I became second in finals. 200 meters, I won silver in 200 meters. So you see what the reason I got from becoming now a pro. Yes, it was on that day that I decided to give it my all. Yes.
Okay.
So that's the story of high school. Yes.
So I think like the journey you just said actually relates to your journey of Olympics. So yes, this time you have not made it. You shouldn't feel disappointed. I believe that you should reflect back to your high school journey, how the first time you went, you stopped in heats. The next time you stopped in 2 semi-finals, and then you went to the final and got a silver. It's the same journey with the Olympics. Yes, 2020 Olympics, you didn't make it, although it's being run in 2021. There's 2024. Those are 3 years, and you have
3 years
enough
too
time.
soon. Yes.
No, it's too soon, but at least with the
there's some
progress
time of
you have
preparation,
made,
yes.
it is very realistic to say you'll be in Paris 2024.
24.
And,
Dear viewers, Mildred is an athletics coach who is in the morning of her coaching career and she is in the evening of her running career.
in my prime.
So sometimes she forgets that she's a panelist here and she starts doing the coach's work in the studio. So we are still continuing with Bena the Proud Luo. So we had reached somewhere, university, you get a scholarship,
yes,
and you keep on running.
Yes. So when I reached university, there were so many good athletes at the university, the likes of Wesonga Ivan. He was But then he was one of the best, right?
Yeah, he was
one of the best.
at the time in 100
Yes,
meters.
and joining that university, actually, there were so many other options, but I opted for UCU because I'd worked already with Coach Kawiye. Then UCU having so many good athletes, yeah, it was one of the reasons I had to join because I really wanted to work with them, yeah, and learn more from them as well. Yes. So joining that UCU 2015, yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing because I couldn't believe it. During the university games in December that very year, in my first semester, I won 100 meters, I won 200 meters, then we won 4x1. So to me, it was
Cloud 9.
It was something that I didn't know how to celebrate. I didn't know what to say. I just went to my coach. I was like, Coach, I really don't know how we did this, but this gives us a big picture of what we really have to work for. Yes, in the future. Yes. So that was the first year. 2016, we went to South Africa. Yes. It was
Africa University Games.
Yes, Africa University Games. Yeah, it was in Johannesburg. They were in Durban.
Yeah,
for
we
Africa
went
Senior.
to Durban for Africa Senior.
Yeah.
They went to.
I went to Johannesburg. Yes.
They happened concurrently.
Yes. So that side, it was something.
Else.
It was,
When you say
it was
something else,
fire.
it was fire.
So when you hear something else, it was fire. Yes, it was fire. So it was an experience to me. It was my first major international event to me, and yeah, I would take every opportunity as a learning.
Cool.
Yes. So much as I didn't perform well, I didn't give my best. I gave my best, but it wasn't to the fullest as we had prepared with coach. So because
So you stopped in the first round, second round?
Fire
or-
means first
I
round.
didn't go to the semis. I stopped in rounds. Yes, so that's how competitive it was. But then from there I got injured.
Sorry.
I got injured afterwards. So when we came back, there was national championships. So I didn't compete during the national championships. So that's how 2016 ended in sports, in the sports world. So 2017 I got injured.
Again.
Yeah, I strained my shoulder.
Sorry.
It was one of the worst injuries I ever got. I was in gym. I think it was on Feb. Yeah, Feb. I was in gym. I was doing bench press, and the bar slid off my arm. So in the process of trying to control it, I overstrained the shoulder. So
Sorry.
it was a nightmare. I think I spent 1 week off the track, like trying to get my minds all together, because it was a year that we really wanted to give our best, yeah, with coach. And yeah, coach would call me, come for training, come go to the physio. Or like, no, first leave me. that's how
Yeah.
angry I was. You know, when you really,
Disappointed.
yes, I was really disappointed. You prepared everything, then something comes in. Yeah. So after that, we started seeing a physio. We started having some rehab sessions with the physio, and yeah, I ended up competing with the injured shoulder. So we'll tape the shoulder and compete with it like that. Yeah.
Advantage of tape.
Yes.
It
So
helps
so
with
so that's
training.
how it helped us. Yes.
Yes, we are still here. It's the Athlete's Voice. Our channel is called UG Athletics. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching. We are still continuing with our athlete of the day, Abena the Proud Luo, aka
BB.
Don't
BB.
be.
Let's go for our final break. When we come back, we'll hear more from our athlete here, and he'll share with us a little more about what we should expect from him, and he'll complete his story also of his journey. Keep it here. Don't go away. break. We are still continuing with our interview with Okot Benson Abena, aka that
Proud
one,
Lord.
the what one, that one, apart from the proud Lord, the other one, BB, whatever BB means, we will get the definition off camera. Benson is a sprinter. He runs the 100 meters, the 200 meters, and he's actually very excellent in the 400 meters as well. Benson,
Yes.
you are completing your story.
Yes.
2017.
Yes. 2017, like I'd said earlier, that we decided to compete with an injured shoulder, but we had to tape it. That was the main advice from the physio. So we ran with it till national championships. That year we had two Kenyans who came, Dennis Otieno and Ferdinand Omanyala. Yes, so in the 200 meters I became third after the two Kenyans, and yeah, it was disappointing being beaten from the home ground by the Kenyans. So that very year we had World University Games in Taipei. Yeah, and I was part of the team. I was put in 400 meters. I've never loved 400.
I hate 400. What do you
I've never loved 400. So,
I hate 400.
Why do you hate 400 meters?
it's too much lactic.
Like
it's
you-
long.
You reach 200
you
meters
run,
Yes.
four-
You run-
you run 100 meters four
Yes.
times, sorry.
4 times. No, that's not the thing. For me, 400 meters, I run and I reach 200. I feel lactic and I'm like, wait, I still have another halfway to go. Like, and then you reach 300, and at that time you're finished. You feel like you can't move, your hands can't move, your legs can't move.
But Benson,
You are seeing
But
blood.
Benson, I saw you chase down and narrow the gap in Kenya the other day.
Yes.
It was like you came storming like an angry lion. You bypassed several fellows, and if the distance, I felt like if the distance was a little longer, you would have caught up with them. And now you're
Yes.
telling me you hate 400.
I don't like 400. Yes, I want to be honest. I don't like 400, and every time there's something to do with 400, it's always out of force.
I guess I was
So in
Yes.
Taipei, the fact that you entered to
Yes.
run the 400 meters, it was a problem.
Yes, Taipei, because of the shoulder, I couldn't, because 100 meters you need to explode off the block.
Yeah.
And with the injured shoulder, I couldn't. So 400 was the best option. So I had to run 400. Yes, it was hot. It was
Was
hot.
you that
I
way?
felt.
Santos. Was Santos?
Yeah, Santos. No, Santos was the different. I
Santos
ran
was-
with.
Yeah, but he won that World
Yes,
University.
yes,
there.
yes.
Santos, no,
He's from Dominican
Republic,
Yes,
and then
yes.
he was the silver medalist from the
World
the previous World Championship.
Santos. So in my heat, I ran with a South African, Nene, Zikite Nene. So what made me get pissed, I wouldn't believe that an Indian would beat me in 400.
Actually, Indians are very good in 400. Don't undermine Indians.
Yes.
I have an experience when
Your problem was
Yeah.
being beaten by
by an Indian.
Yes, I was like, "Can an Indian-"
not losing. You didn't mind losing.
I wouldn't mind losing, but looking at an Indian jog me, I was like, no.
Never undermine
Yes, yes.
anyone when you get on the track.
Okay,
That's
so
the
you
best
so you finish at
I was fifth. I couldn't proceed to the next round. Yes. So it was like I've been saying, every competition stage I get to, it's always an experience to me. I always learn a lot from it. Like there's this gentleman called Don. He's from South Africa. He usually talks to us. He always tells us that for everything you do in life, never rush to look at the negative part of it. First, take the positive part of it. When you take the positive part of it, it will give you time to correct what went wrong. You get it? So it's always a mistake where people rush so much into the negative part of everything. Yes. So for whatever has always been happening, I've always rushed to look at the positive part of it. To me, yes, competing at the World University Game, it was a big thing to me. Having a chance to race with people who have rest for some time and running international times. Yeah, it was something big to me. It meant something to me, and to my path of career, it was a success to me. You get I was going through every stage that I really like any athlete would want. You get so that's how 2017 ended, and in 2018, well, a lot happened.
Yeah, I had Africa Senior. No?
We had Africa Senior. We had Commonwealth Games. I didn't go for any.
No.
I didn't go to Commonwealth.
No, you didn't go to Commonwealth because Commonwealth was actually much earlier.
Yeah.
Much earlier. Yeah. And then you have the 2018 Africa Senior in Nigeria.
Nigeria. I didn't go.
Yeah, but I do remember you were quite close for
Yes.
But the sprinters, I remember in 400 they took Ali, and you're not doing 400 men.
Yeah. Ali Opin.
Yes, and Opin was hot in 200 as well. So that spot was taken by Opin for you, which he took for both the Africa Senior and the
So 2018 I didn't perform so well. I was a student, so there was a lot that was keeping me up and down. So 2018 it's a year where I think there's so many question marks I would put, because when you look at my sports performance, it wasn't so good. I didn't national championship. I was second. Yes, I was second in national championships, 200 meters, and third in 100 meters. Yes. So 2018 I didn't much as I was so much into. I raced so many national trials, but I didn't reflect so much of good performance in 2018. Yes, and 2019 is when I performed well, performed much better. 2019, yes, in my year of being a student, a sports student, 2019 was one of the best years I performed. Yeah, I remember I started from much as we went to Italy. I went to Italy 2019. Same World University Games. Yes, I didn't perform well. I'd never told you this. I had fatigue, but I was fatigued.
Oh no, trust me. Fatigue, I understand. 2016, when we went to South Africa, the Africa Senior Championships, we were supposed to have left on Monday. We were competing on Wednesday, but our passports were stuck at the embassy. Not even the embassy, the clearing agent, VSF. So they delivered the passports on Saturday. They couldn't give us the passports and until Monday. So our flight for Monday was cancelled, and they had to book us a flight for Tuesday, and we are competing on Wednesday. So we leave on Tuesday morning, arrive on Tuesday, but on Wednesday at 10, you're supposed to be on track. Yes, we arrived at about 1. On arriving, instead of being taken to our hotel, we sat in another hotel waiting for a bus for over 4 hours. Remember, we've not eaten. For over 4 hours, we sat in a hotel. And the most annoying thing is the hotel they were taking us to was a walking distance. They didn't even allow us to get out. So you can imagine the next day, you're already psychologically tired. So the next day at 10 a.m., you're running. That means you have to be on track at 8. That means you have to wake up at 6 because you have to have breakfast hours before. So of course, when you go and run, I made it the semi-finals. I don't even know how I made it the semi-finals.
We shall host you and you will tell us all your stories.
Yes. So when you talk of fatigue, I completely understand where you're coming from. But unfortunately, the people who are watching back home, they don't understand that. And that's the same thing with Shida when she came on to share with us her story. When she went to Europe, when she first arrived, she was fatigued, she hadn't acclimatized, and then everyone is talking about how her performance is not good, but no one really knows what's happening. So yes, when you say fatigue, I completely understand where you're coming from.
So you in 2019 at the University Games, what race do you run?
I ran 200.
Only? Yes,
only 200. So I was fatigued. I tried to walk around and make sure that the fatigue goes off, but it failed. So competition day, I I was just fighting with the body. I was pushing the body, but
Nothing.
nothing was happening. Yes, so I couldn't produce any time. I stopped it in rounds. So when we came back, I think we had a week to nationals. Yes, we had a week to nationals. So that week when I came back, I told my coach, Coach Kabuye Timothy, I told him I'm really tired, I'm fatigued. So what he did was like, you're not going to train for the next 4 days.
Sleep.
Yes. So I was only sleeping. So after that,
I'll get you.
yes.
Okay.
Eating is right.
So after that, on Friday, I remember that on Friday, we did a simple training. And then the following day, we're out for a race. I wasn't sure how I was going to perform. I'll tell you this. I wasn't sure because come back when you're fatigued, then they put you off training. You get.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's go race. So I started with 100 meters. Heats, I think I ran 10.71. I ran 10.71 in qualifiers. Then in final, my PB was 10. Yeah, it was 10.7. No, it was 10.65. Yeah, it was 10.65. My PB was. I had run it in 2018. So in finals, I ran same time, 10.65. I equaled my PB. So I was like, okay, if I've run like this, then yeah, I should be able to run a faster 200. Yeah, so when it came to 200, I ran 21.24 qualifiers. No, 21.22. So running 21.22, that was in the qualification times for All Africa Games. So qualifying for All Africa Games in qualifiers, so like, okay, this itself motivates me to run more faster in the finals. Faster, yes. Yeah, so in finals, that's when I came in and ran 20.95. Yes.
Which is a PB that still stands.
You were in lane 8.
Yes. In qualifiers.
Yeah.
No, qualifiers I was in lane 7.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember you were wearing all blue.
Yes. I
recall that race very vividly because we were for us in the stands we were chanting for a national record to be broken, and I think the announcer somehow misjudged and made the announcement that the national record had been broken. And I recall that day very well. So having gone through all these things in life, you have persisted and you have continued up to now. What message do you have to tell the people out there? Those who want to be athletes, those who want to, maybe people who want to learn from you?
Well, having gone through all that, after graduation, actually I didn't mention about my academic process at the university. So I did a Bachelor's of Entrepreneurship and Project Planning at the university from UCU. So after graduation, I sat down with my coach. He's now my former coach, Coach Kabuye Timothy. I told him, I don't want to move out there and look for a job. I want to make my sport my job. So like, I'm giving it 5 years. When the 5 years elapse, I'll look through and weigh. If I've scored 70%, I know I'll have achieved. But if I score less than that, I've not achieved what I really wanted. So from there, I had to join Coach Peter Gatana in Kenya. Yeah. So I connected them. So my former coach Kabuye Timothy had to talk to that coach. So I informed him about my going there. So that's an agreement, a mutual agreement. It was one of the most important things. Like you leave a certain coach in good terms. Yes. So that's one good thing that
it helps with your progress as well, because they give them your history.
Yes.
Kind of a handover report.
Yes. So it's from there that Coach Peter Gatana is the one that I'm working with currently, and he has really helped me a lot. I really want to say that he has helped me a lot. He has changed me, changed my running, changed almost everything. Because when I went there, he had to first take me to default setting, so it started from 0. So
how different is compare the training in Uganda and training in Kenya in terms of the environment.
So the training in Kenya, I don't want to say it's so much different from ours, but that kind of training is it's more of technical training. When you look at sprints, it's more of technical. You see, our kind of events, you need to focus on a lot, and that's one different thing I noticed about Kenyan training. Like, they focus more on mechanic. You have to have proper running mechanics. For in order to produce time, you need to have a proper running mechanic. Yes, and then
maybe just to chip in, I don't think it's just Kenya. I think it's personal coaches. Personally, Peter is my friend, and we normally talk, exchange coaching ideas. I know he's a big believer in techniques. He's a big fan of Usain Bolt's coach, and he follows all these top coaches. He's actually self-taught, by the way, and big kudos to him for that. He's self-taught. He's taught himself what he knows through reading books and all that. So he's a big believer of anatomy, and with sprinting, it's basically about anatomy. Unfortunately, in Uganda, it's most of our coaches. I think we did talk about this. We tend to be forced to go to 400. Why? Because 400, you do not need to focus. You focus on the anatomy, but not as much as the 100 and 200. So we have very few coaches here who will focus. I think Coach Kawe is one of those. But now with his job at the university, and with the university has to produce sprinters for the university team, you find that now he focuses less on that. So definitely that gives our sprinters a very big disadvantage.
So life, I can say that it's a good transition for you to have moved to Kenya. And is this where do you have a management team? How are you managing it in Kenya?
Well, when I first went to Kenya, I wasn't under any management, and I wasn't under any sponsorship. It was from my pocket, you get. And yeah, it wasn't an easy road for the first few months, but then after that, with the team I was training with, it's called TKD Performance. So from there we started getting in management. So that's how life started changing on my side. Yeah, so I'm still under TKD, and it's something that it's something they're trying to create to become like more of a sports performance center. They say like what is it called? The one for Nuales, where Nuales is.
Like a high performance.
Yes, Is it racers? Yes. Yeah, it's racers. So it's what they're looking at, but it will be best in Kenya. Yes. So from there I got a sponsor. So who chipped in now, whom I'm working with currently. Oh. Yeah, and as we speak, we're preparing to have some races in Europe. Yes. Yes. So going back to the training in Kenya and the team I'm working with, in the team we're two Ugandans with Pius Adome, and then there's a Danish. He's actually the
Kenyan Danish.
He's actually their national record holder in 200 meters.
Yeah. And he's going to the Olympics.
Yeah, he's going to the Olympics.
Via the relay.
Via relays. Wow. Yes, that's something we really have to talk.
Yes, that's something we have to talk about next time.
Yes. So from there, then we have 3 Kenyans. Yes. Okay. So the team is made up of 6.
They have no women.
Okay. There's one lady.
You have no
she is in her prime of.
What do you say we can learn from you? Those of us that maybe want to run, and those who want to, those out there. What do you want us to? What legacy do you want us to remember of you, apart from what we will just see?
Well, starting with what I would tell to my fellow athletes or to the upcoming athletes. Yes, like you said earlier, we are talented. We have so many young talents that really need early nurturing, so that they don't go through the same things as Mildred and personally what we went through. So, you realize most of us start having chance to be nurtured when we're in our mid teenage years. You get. So what I would tell others, first, set your goals. Don't just do it for fun because you're seeing others doing it. Set your goals, know what you want. When you set your goals, it gives you an idea of how much work you really have to put in. Then secondly, you need to know that this field requires patience. Yes. You will always go through a lot of disappointments. But if you're patient and determined, you'll reach your goal. You get. So you have to be patient, you have to be determined, then it requires a lot of discipline. Personal discipline for your coach. Because the first thing, you have to believe in your coach. If you're working out with your coach, believe in him, believe in his workout. Yes. But if you're training with a coach, then you say, I don't believe in his workout, how do you expect to perform?
Yeah, and some people go behind, like they do this workout, and then they go and do another one, not knowing the fatigue.
Yes. So you have to believe in your coach. Much as you believe in yourself, believe in your coach as well. Make it a team thing. Don't let it be only a coach to be pushing you.
Yes. Actually, it's a pyramid. So you have the athlete, you have the coach, and then the other connection of the pyramid are your family, your friends, the physio and all that. So it's a pyramid that needs to connect. You cannot just be alone or the coach alone.
Yes. So you make it a team thing, like it's always a team thing. You work together. When it's time for training, you be there. When your physio says, please avoid doing this,
you avoid doing
that. When your coach says, please, when I give you this workout, when I go back, please don't do any other thing. Please respect that. But you find other people like Mildred has said, after a certain workout, because you've read somewhere or you've seen on YouTube certain workout being done.
Lala is doing something, so you also want to do it.
Yes. Then also, I'm a believer. Yes. So
find that time and connect with your creator.
Yes. Where things go wrong, where things get tough, know the right person to run to. Yes.
Any last words from you, the one and only proud Luo?
Proud Luo, yes.
Just so you know, Luos are very proud by now.
We're always proud. We want to be observed. We want to be not. Yes.
One last word from the official proud Luo.
Yes. My final words to fellow athletes, to Ugandans, and to the rest of the world, that I haven't yet given up my best. Much as back then I used to think that I've given my best, I'm yet to bring out my best. And that means from next year, I'll make the World Championships. But that doesn't come in words, it comes in performance. And performance means proper training, doing the right training, and avoiding whichever challenge that may come in to block our way.
Of course, you can't avoid challenges, but you just need to be able to handle the challenges.
It is how you manage them. Thank you very much. My usual suspect, Tibak. Any last words from you?
I would say thank you, Benson, for making time, because actually today has been challenging for Benson. He's trying to go to Europe to get a visa. He has races, and he's been tossed up and down like toasted bread, which is burnt and toasted again. But for me, I would say the one thing I've picked from him is every setback he has is a stepping stone for him. So from the experience you've shared, I believe next year is going to be fire. And I know he's a hard worker, so we're wishing him all the best. We are cheering for you. And definitely one day when you win that global medal, I don't know when it will be, When you win that global medal, I want us to be able to reflect back on this chat and say he promised us this and he has delivered. Of course, it's going to be a rough journey. There are going to be lots of ups and downs. You're going to question yourself very many times, wanting to give up, but you know your goal, stick to it, and you'll get there.
Well, the great Usain Bolt, I saw a video of him on YouTube talking to his fellow athletes, especially I think he was addressing Johan Blake, and he was saying, how do you not respect your coach? How do you not listen to your coach?
It was actually him and
Warren Ware, yes. And Benson has just reiterated the same statement, and he has advised fellow athletes, listen to your coaches, believe in your coaches. They do the reading and studying for you. Yours is to perfect the things they are telling you to do. And do not think you are brighter, and do not try to be too bright not to do what the coach has told you to do. Our channel is called UG Athletics. Thank you for being with us. Big ups to the Uganda Athletics Federation. Thank you for the work you do for the athletes. Big ups to our athletes who persevere, who go through so much. Benson has just shared with us a very, what do you call it? Very personal, heart. It's breathtaking. This story is priceless. And you can see the perseverance. So when he does wonders on track, it is not accidental. He has actually invested a lot of time and lots of resources and so on and so forth. Thank you very much. God bless you.